What's up, you guys? So I have a pretty cool video to show you today, and it's about your startup kit costs. And I know the startup fees for many companies ranges to, free all the way to $1,000 or more. And I've talked to a lot of people, and sometimes when they tell people the amount of their startup kit, some people are just really resistant to purchasing the startup kit. So I want to shed some light on to how to handle that objection. And one thing I want to tell you about is I see all the time like people advertising free opportunities. And my company, I know every once in a while companies will do like a free entryway or whatever it is. Sometimes their kit costs will be free. My company will never ever do a free kit. So, and I'm very glad about that. And I'm going to tell you why that makes me happy. And it's because when you advertise free or easy, or say things like you don't even have to sell anything, you are going to attract lower quality people. And what you really want is high quality people who have the hustle, who have the good work ethic, and who want to build a business, because essentially that's going to help you build your business. And if you're just recruiting people who aren't motivated, aren't dedicated, and they don't have the hustle, and they could give two shits less, they just wanted the product at a discount, then it doesn't benefit you at all. And you end up essentially wasting more time and energy putting into that person when their heart wasn't in it in the first place. And I see, and I've talked to a lot of people who have gotten discouraged because their kit cost is too high. And the reality is it's not. Even if your kit cost is $1,000, it's not too high. The reason for that is if you have $1,000 kit cost, and you have a bunch of products in there and they are worth that amount of money, usually your startup kit is a bunch of products at a very discounted rate. Somebody is going to do it. You just have to go and find those people who want to participate in this. And that's where it gets to be tricky. But people buy anything. My husband and I were just watching the news yesterday, and they said something about $90 for a cup of coffee, and it was like this much coffee you get. People spend money on the dumbest shit that they don't need, that they don't even want, but they bought it anyways. And there's times where they don't see the bigger picture. And I know a lot of you can resonate with me, where you're trying to tell somebody about your business opportunity, and then they say, how much does it cost to start? And then it's like, I don't want to tell them, because you already know if that's their main concern, then they might not do it, right? Now, but you have no idea what's too expensive for them. So $27 could be expensive for somebody. $30 is expensive for somebody. $500 could be expensive for somebody, and might not be that expensive for somebody else. It just depends on really the person, their circumstances, and how motivated they are. The thing is, if they want to do it, if they see the opportunity and they know that they can put in the hustle to make this opportunity work, then they will find a way to get the money to buy the start kit. You see, so much money is to be made in network marketing. We just have to find the people that are wanting to make it with us and see the value in it. Because if you start a company for, let's say, $30, okay, then, and you make, a couple $100 from that, I mean, that's much better than when you started off. But people have to see it that way, and they don't always see it that way. And then they don't always put in the work that needs to be done. And then they say it's a scam and it doesn't work. Well, it's them that didn't work. So I just really want you to think about, that the next time somebody tells you that your business opportunity is too expensive, one, it's not too expensive. It's just that they can't afford it and they don't want to try to afford it and they can't see the opportunity with it. And I bet you if they have an iPhone and it broke, that they would find the money to get that iPhone fixed like the next day or sometime during that week, because God forbid we live without our iPhone, right? But to spend $30 on a business opportunity or $100 or $500, it's like, whoa. Something that I could spend $500 for could potentially make me, a six-figure earner, but they can't see it that way. But you need to remember that they are saving you from wasting your time, because you don't want to attract people that want this to be. Network marketing isn't hard, but it's not as easy as just posting a selfie and saying, look at my lipstick. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot of personal development and investing in yourself and, learning different things. So if you're constantly saying how easy it is and how free it is and how you don't even have to sell anything, then anybody's going to come and they're not even going to put forth the effort that needs to happen to be successful. And the thing is about so many of these free opportunities, these people will accumulate huge teams, but they're not doing anything. Their team members are stagnant. They're not participating. They just wanted the discount on the product, or and as a leader, that's a lot of time that you've invested in those people that weren't ready to do it anyways. They just saw the free opportunity and there was no risk involved. And when you have a higher startup fee, in my opinion, the higher the startup fee, the better. When you have a higher startup fee, the hustle is there. When it's hard to swallow for somebody, but they come up with the money and they do it, they are going to hustle because, one, they want to make that money back. Okay. They want to make more money. They want it to succeed because they just invested so much money into it. And then when they earn that money back, they've also invested time into it. So they want to just keep going. So I have two businesses that I do. And on one side, we have a range of different startup fees, and one's like really low, like 20 something. And then the other company I have is like one of them has a startup kit in the hundreds. Which one do you think does better? I have a larger team on the lower startup kit side than I do the higher startup kit. Let me tell you, the people on the higher end that have spent the money on the higher kit cost are hustling, and that team is working. I make more money with them. I make more commission with them, and yet the number is lesser as team members. See how that works? Like when you have more at risk, then you do more to not make that risk such a high cost risk. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that helps with handling the objection and takes away the sting of somebody saying, oh, I would have joined if your company was free. Like, nobody wants to hear that. How annoying is that? Or when people say, oh, I'm just looking for a free opportunity. Let me tell you, they're more than likely not going to go anywhere. I'm not saying that people had never been successful with free opportunities, but I do believe that they've had to work a lot harder and do a lot more recruiting to find those special people, and they've had to change the way they market eventually because of the quality people that they were attracting. You attract who you are, not what you want. That's what my coach said in one of her videos. So I hope that helps, and I hope you learned a little something. I am going to go get some tea and sit by the tree. I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.